We have just had an epic weekend of strength where we saw 2 new world records. So before we get into the records and the competitions and the big athletes that were performing this weekend, we just want to say a massive thank you to our new sponsors for the channel, Cerberus Strength. They have come on board and they are now the new official sponsors of Big Loz Official. So let's start off with the Loglift World Challenge. New name, not championships. Loglift yes. World Challenge because Adrenus runs the Loglift World Championships. However, we did see 2 records in this competition.
3 actually, if you include national.
Well, indeed. Let's go through this. Okay, the competition started off with 170 kilos. 2 athletes failed to get the 170. Paddy Haynes, who stepped into this competition with a few weeks to spare, and he is an amazing strongman, but not the greatest pressure in the world. That is his biggest weakness, and this would have been a good PB if he could manage to get this. Ivor Schmaukstelis also failed this weight. I was a bit surprised at that.
He was a bit surprised too. He said it just felt heavy on his chest.
He looks like he's tired. He's had a busy year. I know he's talking potential retirement.
No, he's not. He's talking about you got the wrong end of the stick. Next year, he just wants to do a few big competitions and not all the small ones.
I misheard that. I didn't get the wrong end of the stick. He looked a bit fed up.
Yeah, he's just not always clear with his words. He's emotional.
So then the athletes jumped from 170 up to 185 kilos. That was the next jump, and this actually got rid of a lot of athletes.
As I suspected, to be honest, we know people really struggle with this log, don't they?
Absolutely, it's a difficult log, difficult environment as well. I mean, people before this competition were talking massive numbers, and we kind of see it every year where really much fewer people kind of hit the big numbers than expected. I think the big shock in this round was Evan Singleton. He'd been making, he made his 170 look ridiculously easy, to be quite honest, but the 185 he kind of rushed a little bit, and I think this is one of his downfalls. Sometimes he lifts with brute power rather than technique, and we just the 170 was just easy for him. The 185 timed it slightly wrong, and then when you miss a rep, that power starts to go. You start to panic, you make a mistake, and that, you know, he was a big favourite for this competition, and I think when you have a bad start like that, you're always putting yourself on the back foot.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and he said it himself. He lost his head after this event. Yeah. I think with Evan and Evan's style, sometimes it pays off big time, and then it just doesn't, and then he drops off.
Oh, when he can have those comps where he just hits everything perfectly, he is an absolute animal and a major threat at contests. However, it's a much more high-risk way of performing. So when he gets it right, he can be amazing, but it's less consistent.
Yes.
So actually, after the 185, we only had 3 athletes left that all managed to do 200 and all managed to do 210. Firstly, we had Andre Foytu, the 22-year-old, managing to break the world junior record with this incredible lift, 210 kilos. And I remember talking to him before the competition. I was like, what's your goal? Rather than saying he wanted to break the record, he was like, I want to feel like I feel 220 kilos on my shoulders.
And he got his wish.
He got his wish. He got the 220 up to his shoulders. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too much for him on the day. Same for Mitch Hooper. So Mitchell Hooper with a national record, Canadian record, 210 kilos. Really good 200 kilo lift. The 210, I was amazed that he got it, to be honest. He kind of came out of line, and it's just, you know, he's worked hard on his tricep and shoulder strength and managed to muscle it up. But then we were left with one man. Iron Bibby, you know, he's just incredible. The shoulder power on that man, the width of him, the depth of him, the thickness in the arms, the wrists, just, he is built to press.
Bibby excites you, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, how can you not be excited by Iron Bibby? He's just majestic, the way he's kind of walking around.
There is something. He's got an aura about him.
He does, and you know, he's such a nice guy as well behind the scenes. But you know, regardless of that, just super strong. And it was so good to see him get the record, and he looked confident about it.
I'm convinced if he'd gone for 235 instead of 231, he would have got it.
Well, I think you know, he set that ultimate goal that he wants 240. That's what he's kind of putting out there. He believes he's capable of it. When we see him go for that, I don't know, but 240 on a log would be something special. So after the log lift was over, Iron Bibby not doing the full competition, we got on with the show, and really I've got to say it was domination from Mitch Hooper. He is reminding me of kind of like the Mariusz Pudzianowski era, that kind of domination. He's good at every single event, and he's willing to push himself to be better all the time, which is, it's great to see. There obviously are guys that can challenge him, but the other guys need to be 100%.
Yes.
It's kind of like, someone like Evan, when he is 100%, yes, he's a threat. Same with a Tom Stoltman. There's great athletes out there, but Mitch is so consistent. He makes it hard for those athletes, and that consistency applies a lot of pressure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, that's what he did. It was like joint first on the log in terms of the competition. I think he was second in the arm over arm, first in the deadlift, second in the throw, and by the time it came to the last event, he'd already won the show. The real battle here was kind of second, third, fourth place, and there was some fantastic athletes putting in brilliant performances, and it kept changing all the way through.
Oh, right until the very end. I mean, Tom Evans was on the podium until the last event, which was a huge shame for him, but a great first showing here.
Really good to see him in the giant slide as well.
Yes, I was so happy to have him there, and so good to see Maxime Boudreau. But we knew he had some great events here. It's always going to be hard for Maxime to win a competition like this. One, because, like you said about Mitch, but two, the deadlift's in there, and in a 5-event show, there's not much opportunity to make up those points.
No, but like you said, with the arm over arm, with the toss, with the power stairs, they are great events for Maxime.
Yeah.
And he actually sneaked into second place on the very last event.
He did, yeah.
And another person that was just so good to see. Firstly, performing well. And getting through the whole show.
Yeah.
With a smile on his face. He just genuinely looked like he enjoyed the weekend, was Luke Richardson. Yeah. It's been a long time since we've seen Luke get through a whole international show. He did amazing, and I think he can really build on this platform. He's qualified for World's Strongest Man now, placing third at his Giants Live. It's great to see. We need another British athlete pushing, I feel, at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, you think of, like, Tom Stoltman is our number one. Luke Stoltman is potentially number two. He's kind of getting towards retirement age. Graham Hicks is getting towards retirement age. So it's good to see someone like this who's going to push and potentially be a top 10 athlete and win international shows. So wish him the best. It was great to see him do well. And I can't wait to see more of him in the future. Thor Bjornsson also competing this weekend in the Strongman Champions League Dubai event. And this was a 6-event competition, and again, a dominating performance from Thor. These two are going to clash when it comes to the Rogue Invitational later in the year. They've already gone head-to-head at the Arnolds and at the Strongest Man on Earth. And you can see that Thor is getting better and better, using this show as kind of a tune-up for that. Yeah. Really dominated the show, to be honest. He was first in 3 of the events, joint first in 1, and then there was a 4th place. And then by the time the stones had come, he just knew he needed to load all 5 to take the win.
6.
Or 6. There were 6 events as well in this competition, so tougher comp. Big news for Thor fans, he was joint first on the log press.
Yes, so, he was, yeah.
That pressing is improving.
It is, however, we can't deny the fact that this competition is, a step below, I guess, the Rogue Invitational.
Yeah, we spoke about this. I actually had a few people kind of message me, Thor might struggle because of the press. I was like, in this lineup,
he's going to be fine.
Press will be, he's not going to be scoring 10th. I thought maybe 1 or 2 guys could beat him. Actually, in the end, no one managed to beat him on the press.
No, he was joint first with Evans Nana.
Evans Nana, yeah. My boy Evans Nana also won the Farmer's Walk.
Yeah.
And he finished second overall, so that was great to see. And the 3rd place was George Solomon, representing the Netherlands. He's a great athletic strongman, really, really fast, good deadlift, moves really, really well. He placed 3rd in this competition, ahead of some really good names. I mean, Kane Francis was in this, he was 5th. We had Adam Ruskowski, who's won Champions League shows this year. So,
do you know what, though? We are quite deep into the Champions League season now, and a lot of these guys, they compete like every few weeks, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, you look at some of the names, they're competing all the time. I mean, Kane, he must be shattered at this point.
He's done
so many shows, but so is Evans as well.
Yeah.
He's leading the SCL right now.
That's awesome.
So he's going to be really pleased with that. There's still a few more SCLs to go.
I think just winning this gets Thor into the Strongman Champions League final if he wants to do it. I don't know when it is or if it might clash with something.
No, we know that he's got the Rogue Invitational. That's the kind of big focus for him. But good seeing Thor competing regularly. This is his 5th show this year.
Yeah, Rogue will be 6th.
So it's good to see him back fully deep into Strongman, and from the post he put up, he seemed to really enjoy it as well. Good to see him enjoying Strongman, not just winning, but having fun with it as well.
I'm disappointed you didn't include the most important competition of the weekend in this video.
She says that, but she writes the scripts of what goes into the videos. But yes, Auntie Liz competed in her first ever competition. There is a video of that if you haven't seen it yet. It's gone down very well.
Do you know what? I snuck it in behind the Giants Live one because I thought, well, no one's going to watch that. I was thinking maybe there'll be like 5,000 views. It went to number one on our last 10 most recent
videos. So, yeah, Auntie Liz is the athlete now. I'm just the face. So, yeah, there you go.
I'm the brawn.
I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys next time.